I was like, Jackie, this is amazing because the light that comes in from all directions is just outstanding. It catches the view of this ocean, the city, the garden, everything. We had to make sure that we first segregate what she has, and then we pick things that are really important, things that are personal to her. We first worked on the layout and decided how she wants the space to be allocated, and then worked on a very strong brief with the aesthetic, which was Paris chic. It was very important for me to add a band of green at the bottom because it kind of broke the wall. It also created a lot of depth at a level when you sit, which was very important because otherwise it just felt like everything was flat. I think the best way to add color to a room is also green. I mean, flowers and plants are the best things to have in a space when you want color because it's very changeable and it's natural and it's real.
I'm not a trained designer, so for me, my expression of color, form, of fabric, whatever it may be, has come through what I've lived. So I think design works best, or spaces work best, when they're authentic. And I always feel that the beauty of this apartment is you feel Bombay is an island. And one of the joys and pleasures of my existence is that I can enjoy my champa trees and I have my cup of coffee there and I see the sunrise. So that's our summer palace. And on this side you actually see the sunset. When I come home in the evening and it's about 6 o'clock and the house is smelling of lilies and it's dusk and the sun is setting, those 4-5 minutes are just blissful. My first ever painting is still here on the wall. I bought it with my first salary and it was a beautiful painting by an artist called Badri Narayan and it's called The Dream. I use blue as the full stops in my sentences. I'll have a blue vase or I'll have a blue bowl or a blue wall. So yeah, my art is a mix of contemporary art, indigenous art, textiles, botanicals, and of course I love sculpture and ceramic. So I have a lot of pottery scattered through the house. I needed a place for formal entertaining, but I also needed that angan of my house. I needed to create that within this modern space. People come in and say that they feel warm here and they feel like it's a space where they feel welcomed. And I would like to think that the thread that holds it all together is our shared cultural beliefs and commonalities, because that's what induces nostalgia. That's what makes us feel at home, you know. So if you're in a space where you can wander and you can do your own thing and it's a little bit of this and a little bit of that, that suits us.
Hi, I'm Vinitra. Today I'm so excited to walk you through my own home with Beautiful Homes. You know, we used to live in the same community in a rental home, and now we've moved within the same community into a house that we bought. So the layout of the house is exactly the same as what it was, and honestly that was a challenge in a way to completely try to reimagine the new home. The style is very reflective of what I love, which is mid-century modern clean lines interspersed with vintage and eclectic elements. When we stick to buying pieces that we love, chances are we are able to grow with them and make them a part of our homes even as we transition. We wanted to keep a lot of our furniture. At the same time, we've also tried to mix the old with the new. The couch that I'm sitting on was there in my old house, and we just reupholstered it, and it's good as new for this house. You could paint over something, or you could reupholster something, or you could give it a completely new stain. Within the realm of little changes, I feel like it's a really nice way to freshen things up in your home. I feel like design is dynamic. We as people change, we evolve. The way I would have designed my home 5 years back is not the way I would like to design it now. When I see how we used to love color a little bit more before, there's an element of earthiness everywhere now. There's an element of warmth everywhere. At the same time, there's no bold color. I wanted to make sure all the walls were white, and I wanted to have this canvas that was completely uninterrupting and would allow me to bring in texture, color, as well as cultural elements. Having the opportunity to buy a house meant that we could reimagine storage in a way that functions for us as a family. Given that we have young kids who play sports, we have gym equipment, storing all these things at the entryway was really crucial. So we created a sort of a mini mudroom, and I think it's a great place for us to put in all our essentials that we can grab on our way out of the door, or something that we can put in as soon as we enter the house. I've also made sure that all our storage is very seamless. It's not the highlight of any room. Over the last 5 years, we've grown as a young family. Our children, when we moved into the previous house, were still toddlers, and now they've grown up and their needs are different. The kids' room has their own closets, of course, and they have little desks that they really need, and it's been such a welcome thing in the pandemic. And then we also have things like a linen closet into the hallway, and it's also white, so it doesn't really disrupt the look and feel of the hallway. Basic things like storage in the utility, the walk-in closet is designed in such a way that we're able to keep everything that we need in one place. It's been about 3 months since we've moved into the house. The things that we had put together for ourselves is something that has made living in the house so much more seamless, so much more functional. We absolutely love it.
The house was always full of plants. We always had a lot of plants going around. One of the nicest things is walking into the house in the evening and the first thing you see is just green. It feels really close to nature. It doesn't feel like you're in the middle of a city. So plants are perhaps the most important design element that we have in the living room. I'm not sure what came first, the art or the house, but the art was collected because we enjoy the art. As a family, we were very clear that we wanted things that we could live with for a lifetime. Perhaps the only thing I was really clear about was that I wanted a live edge center table. When we were choosing our carpets, I think that proved really the most tricky. I was looking for that authenticity until I found this lady who did antique Persians. That was just like a eureka moment. The sunroom is really an extension of our bedroom, a space that should be an indoor jungle. It also gives it a sense of breathing and living and again feeling like you're, in nature. This is the room that we end up spending the most time in as a young family. I've lived here all my life. The walls have changed, the windows have changed, and it's just kind of enveloped us at every stage of life.
So I met the homeowners somewhere in December 2015. When I first came to this plot, it was this beautiful flat land, and we sort of ended up always sitting below this one large mango tree. Soon that became a concept which was driving the entire design of the farmhouse as well, and that's why we decided to call it Under the Mango Tree. So conceptually, this house is all about its shell layers. All we've done in this house is make a beautiful roof with exposed metal structure and teakwood battens. Absolutely beautiful glass walls which you can open up whenever you want to. Some nice detailing of inlay work within the flooring to differentiate the spaces. Because of the high temperatures during the summer season, we've used a thin layer of insulation on the roofing that reduces the temperature of this inside space by almost 5 degrees. So the couple really enjoys their evening cup of tea. And to only exaggerate this entire experience of theirs, what we did is extended plinths in certain areas on the north side as well as the south side of the house, almost like a porch, where they could enjoy either the view of the mountains on one side or their farm on the other side.